my channel. So today we are going to do my full face of foundation, contouring, and highlighting routine. So this was requested by some of you, so I wanted to get it up here so you guys can check it out. So it's pretty basic. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen like 100 other people do foundation, contour, and highlight and whatever, but this will just be my take on it. So if you're interested in seeing my full face foundation, contour, and highlighting routine, then please keep on watching. Okay, so my holy grail primers for my oily skin are the Hourglass Mineral Veil, which is what I'll be using first. And then I also use the Dr. Brandt Pores No More to fill in my pores and everything. So this one I feel like smooths out my skin and gives my foundation a really nice base to stick to. And then this one fills in my pores like no other and makes it nice and smooth as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so the foundation we're going to go in with today is the Estée Lauder Double Wear. This is my holy grail foundation. I absolutely love it. It works incredible for my oily skin. It lasts all day, and it's super full coverage, so I absolutely love it. I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal sponge because this is my favorite sponge. I feel like it is the most like the Beauty Blender ever. Like, this is the closest that they've ever come. Like, I know everybody tries to recreate the Beauty Blender, but L'Oreal, I think you nailed it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this. Okay, so foundation is on. I'm going to go in with concealer now. My favorite concealer, as many people's favorite concealer, is of course the Tarte Shape Tape. I am in the shade Light Neutral. This is my self-tan shade. When I'm not, I'm in the shade Light. And this one is kind of maybe a touch too light for me as well, but we make it work. Okay, so concealer is blended. So today, my holy grail setting powder is definitely the RCMA. My holy grail setting powder is definitely the RCMA No Color Translucent Powder. I love this stuff, but I am going to try out one. I tried it out in my, what video? My Ipsy bag or Boxycharm, one of those. I'll have them all linked below. So I am going to try out this Naked Cosmetics. It's in, just says translucent HD finishing powder. So I'm going to try this out again today. I tried it out in that video. It makes my skin really nice and soft, but it's got a really strong kind of chemical-y scent. but it did set my makeup rather nicely. So we're gonna try it out again today. Okay, so that's how I generally set my problem areas. I will take it in with the sponge, and then I'll just usually take a fluffy brush and take a little extra product and just lightly set the rest of my face, just so all of the rest of my powder products go on nicely. Bronzers, blush, all that kind of stuff. That way everything is nice and set. Honestly, you guys, this powder is making me feel like I'm gonna have a bad makeup day. And it's kind of driving me nuts. A little too white. I'm gonna spray with some setting spray here in a second, just to kind of set everything in before I do. So my Holy Grail setting spray is the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day. I was recommended this, well, not by, but Nikia Joy here on YouTube also uses this. She recommended it, and she has really oily skin, so I bought it, tried it, and am in love. So I'm gonna go ahead and spritz my face real quick with this before I put anything else on. So hopefully this will help all the powders kind of meld together and all of that. Okay, so my favorite bronzer, as you guys may already know as well, is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I feel like the formula is really super smooth. I absolutely love it, and it smells amazing. So I will be using this today, just to bronze up the skin. And I'm going in with this Moda Pro Pointed Blush Brush. I also got this in my Boxycharm and love it. Been using it ever since. One of my biggest tips, I think, would definitely be to always blend your foundation, your powders, everything into your hairline, because you don't want that line of demarcation where your hairline starts and your products stop, because that's not cute. Don't mind my roots because I gotta color my hair. But I always just take it on my cheeks, right on my jawline, and right on my temples and my hairline. I also lately have been liking to take some, what brush do I want to use? Decisions. I'm just gonna take this little brush that I like never use for anything. Just get a little bit of bronzer, and I go right underneath my bottom lip. Just to deepen it up, and it kind of gives you that more poutier look. Because why not, right? Why not? Okay, bronzing is done. So for contouring, I'm going to go in with this IBY palette. This also came in a Boxycharm. It looks like this. I usually go in with this darkest shade right here, and sometimes I mix it with this first shade just to kind of give it less of that ashy feel, because it is a super cool toned contour shade, which I do love. You absolutely should contour with a cool toned shade. That is just always how I contour, and I love it. When you use a cool tone shade, it just gives you that natural shadow appearance as opposed to like an orangey or sometimes can be like a patchy kind of application. I'm going right here. I start right at the top of my ear and drag it down towards the corner of my mouth, but not quite that far. I drag it about probably halfway and then just blend upwards. You always want to blend upwards with your contour. If you are just starting to contour and stuff, you can suck in your cheeks like that, and that can help you just find the hollows of your cheeks. I also contour my jawline. Get rid of any double chin that may be popping out, because let's face it, reality, right? So yeah, you start at the top of the ear for the contour, bring it halfway down, and then I kind of blend it so it blends upward, but so you're not blending away that line right there, because that's, you know, what contours it. Get them cheekbones. I also do like to contour my nose a little bit. I like to use this like flat kind of shader brush. I don't go in with the deepest shade because I don't want my nose contour to be that harsh. I go in with the first shade and just kind of so I do that, and then I take this smaller, I contoured with this one and it's a little bit bigger than this one, so I go in and just kind of diffuse it some with this just to make sure it's nice and blended out and there's not going to be any harsh lines. And I always like to take my contour all the way up to my eyebrows because that will give you the most natural nose contour. So you can tell it does look a little slimmer maybe, I don't know. Maybe a little. So there's that. Contour is done. So we're gonna go into some blush. One of my favorite blushes is Milani Luminoso. I haven't decided if I'm going to use that one today though. I also really like this Hot Mama blush. Maybe we'll go with that one. They're both kind of peachy and like shimmery. This one's just a little bit more like rosy. So I'm going to go in with this big fluffy Wet n Wild brush and just go into some blush. Apply it on the apples of the cheeks and just kind of blend upwards. So I don't personally love a lot of blush, but I feel like I'm always like really light-handed with it because I have naturally red, like a lot of red in my skin, so I don't really want it to be like I just spent a lot of time covering it all up. So I don't want it to be there like when I'm finished. So yeah, I try to do more of a lighter hand on the blush. Okay, and then for highlight, today, I think we're gonna go in with some Champagne Pop because this is my ultimate go-to blush. It's super beautiful. It's the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill, so we used her palette today. Why not use her blush, right? So my favorite blush brush, or I'm sorry, highlighting brush, let me just throw things, is by Real Techniques, and it is called their setting brush, but it looks like this. It's just this perfect little dome shape, slightly flatter, but I personally love this one for highlighting, and I think it does a great job. So I always highlight the tops of my cheekbones. Make sure it's blended really well. I'll do the tip of the nose. I don't ever usually dip in and go onto the tip of my nose. I usually just take like whatever's left on the brush, and as you can see, that's plenty. And then I'll dip again and do my Cupid's bow. And that's usually it. Take it up a little bit on my temples, like right above the brows. And that's it. And then I might also use this actually as my inner corner highlight. So my favorite like inner corner highlight brush is this teeny tiny little brush. This honestly, I don't even remember where I got this. It's probably like an Amazon brush or something, but it's just like a little teeny tiny like flat shader brush. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Honestly, my inner corner highlight is usually different. Like every time I do my makeup, it really just depends on my eye look as to what I'm gonna highlight with. But I do really love this one for my inner corner and for everywhere else. And then I'm also gonna take some of it right on the body, because you know, why not, right? Gotta get them collarbones a poppin'. Look at how pretty it is. I'm gonna do some right. I do already have some of this. What did I do with it? This Ofra product on my body right now, so it's already a little shimmery. But you can never get enough shimmer, right? Am I right? I'm right. So we'll just pop a little bit on the collarbones, shoulders, everywhere, right? Highlight is my favorite. I can't get enough of it. I love to highlight. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my eyes real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so that's it for my full face routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you maybe helped you guys pick up some tips and tricks, or yeah, I hope it was very informative for you guys. I hope I explained everything well enough. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll leave all the products I used down in the description box, of course. And I love you guys, and thank you so much for all of your support and for tuning into this video. And until next time, I love you. Bye.